Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Carlson here again. I'm running for Congress in the 1st Congressional District in Illinois. I want to do this video. This will be video number 20 in our Problems and Solutions series, letting people know where I stand on everything. Like I said, these are not in any particular order. I do the videos as I have time to get them up and as the different topics kind of get in front of the media on a day-to-day basis. I jot down my notes and I need to do a video on that. These are things I've thought about for a long time too. I just haven't put everything down. As you know, this is my first time running for anything, so I'm not a professional politician. As you can see, our low budget videos here, but I do these videos so people get a chance to see where I stand on things. And I'm doing this one, number 20, on abortion, because I've had, especially over the last couple of days, I've had some emails from people, and I've had a lot of people, ask me, not to, where do I stand on abortion? And it's a hard question. It's not hard to where I stand. I'll start off right up that I am pro-life. But the thing is that it's a very complicated matter in the way it's wrapped up in law and everything. So I wanted to just go over a couple things here to let people know where I stand. First of all, I'm not a doctor, and most of the folks watching this probably aren't doctors either. So we can't say as professionals if someone needed an abortion for a medical reason. I think that's common sense. That would be a no-brainer for a doctor to make a decision to say, for the health of the mother, or for the whatever the medical standing would be. I'm not qualified to make that decision, and most of the people out there watching this aren't qualified to do that either. So, thing I tell people off, and when people ask you that question, for some reason they do it in a confrontational manner, like they want to start a fight with you over it. That's not the way you do this, folks. All you have to do is ask. And I tell people right off the bat, abortion, to me, for the United States, the problems that we face right now, the things that could actually destroy this country and destroy our way of life, abortion is not in the top 20. It's probably not in the top 50 or the top 100. You've had abortion since the 1970s, legalized abortion since the early 1970s. This country hasn't fallen. So it's not, when I look at this, and that's not to say, I know this is a big topic for a lot of people, and some people vote solely on this, which I will never understand, because in the totality of things, this is, like I said, people are going to get pissed off at you either way, no matter what you say. I'm not trying to curry favor with anybody. I'm telling you exactly where I come from. This is not on my list of things to worry about. So if you're going to vote for a congressman based on their stance on abortion, and that's your one issue, you probably need to go look someplace else. But I'll tell you this, and the reason behind that is I'm running for Congress. Congress right now, as far as legal, abortion is legal in the United States. Roe v. Wade, we all know that. But if you want to change the abortion laws, if you want to change in this country, of course, it's going to have to get overturned at the Supreme Court level. Roe v. Wade is the law that governs this. That's going to have to get overturned by Supreme Court of the United States, which, as a congressman, I have nothing to do with it. You want to get justices on there that are going to overturn that, they have to be nominated by the President of the United States and approved by the Senate. Okay? They have to be confirmed by the Senate. So nowhere in there is the House. I'm not in the chain of command here. I have nothing to do with getting somebody on the Supreme Court in order to get them to change Roe v. Wade. So when you come at me, please just realize that that's not the job that I'm running for. That's not what I'm trying to do. In the military, we have a thing. We call it the 25-meter rule. When you're on the range, targets pop up in front of you, and they start at 25 meters and they go all the way out to 300 meters. But you always take on the closest target, the one that pops up close to you, because that's the one that's most dangerous to you and most likely to do damage to you. The abortion issue is the 300-meter target. It's way out there. Yeah, it's important to a lot of people, and there's things that can be done about it, and I'm going to go into that in our solution section here in a minute. But it's not there's nothing I would be able to do as a congressman. So therefore, it is not a priority to me. So I hope folks realize this. I want to touch on something here. The stop the hypocrisy. Now, like I said, this is a touchy subject for people, and people are going to be, they're going to get pissed at me for whatever reason, whatever side they stand on, and I really don't care. You Dems, the Dems, think about the hypocrisy here when you yell Black Lives Matter and all this other stuff, and then you support a party that supports Planned Parenthood and is responsible for the majority of abortions in this country. Just the hypocrisy. No matter where you stand on the party, that is hypocrisy by definition. Okay? So when a Democrat stands there and tells you, yes, we're for Black lives, except for, the couple 100,000 a year that we kill in the womb, well, do you get it? Common sense, logic, and reason, folks. My whole reason for running here. Now, Republicans, on the other side, they say all life is sacred. Okay? All life is sacred. But then you come down and you see there's a lot of people on the right that are, my body, my choice is what the Democrats say when it comes to abortion. But they want you to have a mask on and get a vaccine that you don't need or don't want. They want to make those decisions for you. And then the Republicans want to make the choice about what's best for someone's personal life. You have a lot of conflict here. People, you need to look in the mirror. Seriously, don't yell at me about this, because I'm not the one. I don't think you should tell anybody that they have to put a needle in their arm. And I also don't know what anybody's individual situation is, and neither do you. And again, like I said, I'm pro-life, which means over here, we're going to go to solutions here. First thing you can do, if you're on the pro-life side, is don't have an abortion. There you go. Ta-da! Problem solved. Somebody else is having one. All right. Is it your business? Well, if you get that bent out of shape about what somebody else is doing, there's so much stuff that people do on a day-to-day basis that you couldn't stop at all. That you're gonna destroy your own life and your own sanity worrying about all this. But I'm gonna give you some good news here at the end. So adoptions. If you really want to put your money where your mouth is, people on the right who say, okay, there should be no adoptions. All these kids should be carried to term and born. Okay, you need to step up and adopt them, because the reason a lot of the younger people have abortions is because that would hamstring them. If you're a young black girl on the South Side and you're 16 and you get pregnant, what are the chances of you going on and having a successful, productive career to get yourself out of that? The chances are remarkably low. They get severed. So people are trying to help their own family members. There's so many stories behind this, people. That's why I say it's a complicated thing. I'm not qualified to make the decision for you. It's not my decision to make. I'm not even in the chain that makes this, but I'm just discussing this so people know where I stand. Like I said, I get quite a few emails and people asking me at doors. So again, I'm pro-life, but you got to look at all this other stuff. So if you're out there and pro-life, then you got to be prepared to take up the slack, because you're telling other people, and I'm going to get to the personal responsibility and all that in a minute. So education. Of course, you got to educate people on, number one, not abstinence is, people aren't going to do that. That's not the way people are designed biologically. We're just not. We're driven to procreate, so the species survives, just like all animals are. You can educate younger people, though, on contraception is a big thing. All the different various contraceptions that we have today, these numbers should be a lot lower. Unwanted pregnancies or accidental pregnancies. And again, I'm not an expert in this field. I'm just, from a common sense point, if you have condoms, the pill, IUDs, there's the injection things that affect women's hormones, where she doesn't get her period, where she is unable to get pregnant. There's so many medical things out there, so many medical advancements, that why aren't the people doing this? They should be supporting more of that. And again, here comes the somewhat hypocrisy, or the coming to cross purposes here. Excuse me. And I was raised Catholic, and the Catholic Church is, of course, against contraception. Well, the Catholic Church needs to come into the you know, the modern era and say, listen, in the old days, the Catholic Church was against contraception because they wanted more Catholics to put money in the plate on a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday when they were in church. So the contraception to big family meant you were going to have more Catholics is what it is. That's what it boils down to, folks. That's the true meaning of why the Catholic Church wanted that. The Catholic Church needs to get on board and realize that if you keep supporting a ban on contraception or ignoring the fact that, then you're actually contributing to the numbers. You're taking away an option of some people. You know, you might have a really religious Hispanic family, and the girl won't use contraception, or the boy guilts the girl into not using contraception because, you know, we're Catholic, and then the girl has an unwanted pregnancy, and then now she's stuck where? She's stuck with being, you know, having a baby out of wedlock or having an abortion. You know, it puts people between a rock and a hard place, folks, and people have a hard enough time going through life without, you know, having extra things put on them or extra external forces forcing their decisions. It's not, like I said, this is not an easy thing for people just to you know, you can't just black and white just say, this is it and this is that and you're wrong if you're on this side and I want to yell at you. Stop with the militants, all right? Maybe just see the other side and then try and work together for the betterment, because I'm sure nobody wants to go in and have an abortion. Nobody says, you know what I think I'll do? I'll get pregnant this week and then I'll have an abortion. That sounds like how I want to spend my week, you know? So just have a little compassion and a little understanding. You want to really do something. I hear these ads on the radio all the time about ultrasounds. If you support these organizations that actually do ultrasounds for mothers, first time young girls who get pregnant and stuff, and they take them in and they actually give them an ultrasound where they can hear the baby's heartbeat, and then the mother, I forget what the percentage that they say, but it's like over 70%, I believe, is that the mothers change their mind on having the abortion once they have the ultrasound and hear the baby's heartbeat. And that comes back into, you have to give them an option. They have to know that there's a safety net of adoptions there, not that they're going to give a kid who's going to grow up, you know, in an orphanage and whatnot. And it's kind of hypocritical too, going back to when you see all these movie stars and stuff adopting kids from from all over. Oh, I got to go to Africa and adopt kids, and I got to go to Asia and adopt kids in South America. There's plenty of American kids right here that need families and need homes. Start here. Start here. Take care of American kids, and, you know, it goes out from there. You don't have to go and import, you know, while another kid sits on the south side of Chicago hoping someday to get a family, but doesn't because Brad Pitt and Angelina decided that they wanted to shop around the globe to go get it, or whatever. So don't be a hypocrite, all right? Just don't be a hypocrite. You can be on one side or the other and argue your points, argue them compassionately, and know that this isn't, that nobody is trying to just personal responsibility. This comes down to the couples actually having sex. Personal responsibility, that's your responsibility. That's on you. If you get pregnant, you have to do what's right. Family support, that comes from the parents of the daughter, the parents of the father, if they're a young couple, just across the board. This breakdown and this Western breakdown, especially, and BLM, that's one of their things. I'm talking about the terrorist group now. The terrorist movement, BLM, that is a Marxist movement that is against the nuclear family, the nuclear Western family. That's what knocks us down. Without fathers in the home, you're a lot more likely to have teen pregnancy. It's just a fact, folks. Those are facts. So I want to go over a few numbers here. I told you I was going to give you a little upside here for the people, the pro-life side. 2011, now these are numbers off the CDC website. So 2011, we had just over 1,058,000 and change abortions in the United States. And that number dropped 2019 to 620, just under 630,000. So that's progress, right there. I mean, that's at least moving in the right direction, and it's you're never going to just end, but this is moving in the right direction. And they were saying that a lot of this is because of educational things that were going on, but also this number struck me that I thought it would be more of the again, these are CDC numbers. I thought it would be more of the younger, the teens, the teen pregnancy, which is still going to be a high, but the majority, the single biggest group was women in their 20s. So this is college age women just starting their career and stuff. So they may not want to get bogged down with a pregnancy, but then it comes back to personal responsibility and contraception. Um, and another thing that struck me was 42.3% of the abortions were uh, before or up to the 9th week of the pregnancy. So, and they were chemical. So what they're saying is there are these Plan B pills and the things that you get from a pharmacist and take it and it kills the fetus. Um, so I don't even know how you take that. This goes back into the science of it. There's people who say, okay, life starts at conception when the first two cells meet. I don't know. I I am not qualified to make that decision. And odds are 99.9% of people watching this video, you're not qualified to make that decision either. You can have an opinion. I can have an opinion, but that doesn't change anything. So you got to not be combative towards people on the other side. And I get the whole, and I said this, people on the left for some reason are just, they are militant about their stands, and you need to ease off on that, because all that gets is the pendulum. You just get it right back, and it's not conducive to solving any of the problems. Um, so, I mean, if you totally wanted to get rid of abortion, I don't think you ever really would. I mean, there's too many people, just the numbers are too large where people would seek out an alternate means. And then, of course, and I see the argument on the abortion side where if you made abortions totally illegal, then women would get them anyway, but they would do them in, quote, the back alleys and whatnot, and you would have more deaths and more stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not a friggin' expert on that. And like I said, and I guarantee you 99% of the people in Congress aren't either. But again, these are the people you need to talk to. These are the people you need to elect a president who is pro-life, who you had one in the office, and now you don't have one in the office. And you had a Senate that was pro-life. Now it's a 50-50 Senate. Supreme Court could go either way. The people that were supposed to be conservatives on there are wishy-washy on a lot of stuff. Roberts and these guys, and you never know where that's going to go. So, but again, don't blame me. I'm just running for Congress, trying to help straighten term limits out and other things, so you don't have these corrupt politicians messing all the rest of this stuff up. Again, this is a hard video, and I'm not afraid to make the videos. There's nothing that I won't talk about. There's no topics that I won't give you my viewpoints on, my honest viewpoints. But again, I'm not an expert on everything. A lot of it boils down to personal opinions and personal viewpoints, and I can't change anybody's viewpoints. I can argue my points and say, hey, there's maybe a better way to do this. Again, logic, reason, and common sense. There might be a better way. Let's look at another way. But please, people, don't be combative. And again, I know this is very important to a lot of people out there. I'm not trying to poo-poo it. I'm not trying to downplay it. But in my estimation of what's happening to this country right now, this is a bullet we could take. We've been taking it for 50 years and it hasn't killed us. There's some bullets right now that are flying our way that we're not going to survive if we don't duck and dodge these and figure out a way to stop what's going on. So again, my name is Eric Carlson. I'm running for Congress in the 1st Congressional District in Illinois. If you have any questions, any comments, any topics you'd like to see me cover, please put them in the comments below for the video, and also you can reach me via the website ericcarlson.com. The email is on there. Just shoot me an email. I'll get that. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If I don't get back to you right away and you ask me a question like about abortion, I'll try and give it a video up so I can answer as many people as possible at one time. So again, I'm doing this by myself and hoping for your support out there. Thank you.